Good morning, everybody. What is going on? How are you? Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to a very special event. The Viewer's Choice event begins now. That is right. Over the course of, I believe it was, I actually believe it was late December into January? Yes. You guys nominated a ridiculous amount of games for Viewer's Choice event. Then you voted. Okay? It was a very long and arduous process. But you guys went crazy. Trying to get me to play the games that I've either never played before, maybe you wanted to see a second run in certain games. It was pretty interesting to see everyone's thought process when it came to the Viewer's Choice event. But today, it is official. Today we start the playthrough of the game that won the polling of the Viewer's Choice event. Okay? It's been a while, but it's time to start it up. Should be pretty interesting. Donkey Kong 64, guys. I don't know anything about this game. I never played it. I've never seen anyone play it. I honestly don't know what to expect. All I know is from the N64 era. And what I can say is in the N64 era, there were a lot of games that were kind of, for the first time, 3D and kind of open world. And that's all I know. So I guess we'll see. If this game is completely 3D and open world, then I guess it's right on par with kind of what you would expect from that era. If it's not, then I have no idea what to expect. Keep in mind, last year, I played Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 for the very first time. So it's pretty cool that this year now I'm getting to play 64. A lot of people had asked me to play Donkey Kong 64 when I was playing Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 last year. So finally I'm going to get a chance to check it out today. Already people are asking, what am I playing it on, and blah, blah, blah. So I'll answer now, but of course when I start the playthrough, people are going to ask again. I'm playing it on the Wii U Virtual Console. So this is the N64 version, emulated on the Wii U. I'm playing with the Wii U Pro Controller. Okay? And I was actually just saying this in the stream chat a couple minutes ago. It's kind of crazy how good the Wii U Pro Controller is, and then you compare it to the Switch Pro Controller, which honestly is absolutely terrible. You know, within one console generation, Nintendo essentially made like the best handheld controller in a long time, and then essentially changed it to be the worst handheld controller in a long time. The D-pad on the Wii U pad is quite good, while the D-pad on the Switch Pro controller doesn't even work. It's known to be faulty. So anyway, yeah, good stuff. I'm excited today for the premiere of Donkey Kong 64. What you asked for finally begins today. I hope you guys are hyped for it. I mean, people, depending on the fact that so many people nominated and voted on games, hopefully you guys are very excited for this. Okay? So we'll see how this goes. A major 3-4 hour stream here of Donkey Kong 64. Also, I don't know how long this game is. This game is making it into the main rotation of my games right now. So right now, the main 3 games I'm playing will be DK64, Knights of the Old Republic, and Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And they'll be alternating. Now, I don't know, again, how long this game is. It may be 1 or 2 weeks to beat it. It may be 2-3 sessions to beat it. So I guess we'll see. You know, I'm sure you guys know way more than me about it. Now, here's the other thing. Some people have asked me, am I going to go for 100% completion? Chances are, probably not. Keep in mind, number 1, I've never played this game before. All right. Number 2, I don't really want to spend, you know, insane amounts of extra time and grinding looking for certain items that I can't find, or trying to collect all 5,000 collectibles in the game if it's boring. If it's exciting and interesting and fun and I like it, that's different. But no, I'm not going to commit to 100% completion on a game I've never played before. I don't know if I'm going to like it, etc. That'd be pretty crazy. Okay? So, there you go. We'll see how it goes today. All right? We'll see how it goes, and I'm hoping for a good start. I have to sneeze. Okay, here we go, guys. I got to sneeze. Whew. That was a powerful one. Okay. So that's the deal with DK64. It's going to start up today and continue on as a major playthrough for the next, week or two till I beat it. I don't know how long it is. Later tonight, my late stream tonight will be my weekly session of Throwback Street Fighter. Always a lot of fun, although usually very rage-inducing. We'll see who we can find tonight. Hopefully we can find a wide variety of players and a good amount of content in the games that we play. Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha 3. Usually ends up being quite entertaining and fun. I hope you'll join me for that later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. 2 hours of throwback Street Fighter, okay? Then on tomorrow, then on Saturday, which would be tomorrow, we are going to go back to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, the major new release of the year, for another 4-hour stream. This time around, we're going to be finishing up the Namekian Saga, which means, yes, probably 400 fights against Frieza, which I'm not surprised at. And then when that's done, intermission, which is the time period between the Namekian Saga and the Android Saga, which is actually quite an interesting intermission, because there's some time period there where Gohan is growing up somewhat, and there's also going to be the time period when Trunks is introduced. So I don't know how they're going to pull that off or how they're going to do it in the game, but all that coming up on tomorrow's session of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Tomorrow night, my weekly session of Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All. And what I mean by that is I've been calling the continuation of my Pokemon Sword playthrough Gotta Catch 'Em All, because that's the goal. I'm trying to catch all the Pokemon in the game now. I've already done everything else. I'm at 340 Pokemon with many different Pokemon that I need to evolve and breed. Okay, so already I could probably, out of the Pokemon I've got, I could probably get to like 350, 360. And then I got some more to catch. So I got a lot to do in this week's Pokemon stream. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow night for that. Sunday, continuation of Knights of the Old Republic. I'll play through that. In my opinion, is actually getting better the further in I get, because my force powers have now become quite entertaining. I'm loving doing chained force lightning and the force choking. And now I have the ability to toss my lightsaber and it goes out like a freaking, like a boomerang, and it hits all the enemies for insane damage. It's pretty damn cool. I'm having a lot of fun with this game now. So I hope you'll join me for that Sunday, for the continuation of that. Sunday night, Doom 2. That is right. Doom 2, a game that I played during the Christmas marathon, and I really enjoyed playing it. I was like, man, this is really cool. It's been a long time since I played a throwback Doom game, and it gave me these cool vibes of, man, I want to kind of prepare for the upcoming and impending release of Doom Eternal. So I'm very excited. I want to continue on with that playthrough on Sunday. That should be neat to be playing Doom 2 maybe once a week for a couple of hours. Pretty neat. Then Monday, we will swing back to DK64. There will be another session of DK64 on Monday, and then Monday night will be my weekly Minecraft chill stream. We're going to finish up with a shrine, and we're going to focus in on a new project, and it's going to be a good chill time, okay? So, good stuff coming up. Tuesday, I am off from streaming. I'll be back on Wednesday, and of course, this coming week will be a balance between the 3 major games and all the chill stuff, so I'll let you know about that, obviously, when we get closer to it. We're still way far off. No reason to get so far ahead of ourselves, right? Good stuff. Okay, so, thank you for everything. Thanks for, great streaming week so far. Looking forward to DK64 today. Again, no idea what to expect. Should be an interesting experience. And I hope you guys are excited for the premiere of what you picked. Okay? All right. What else is going on? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as of last night, I opened up the nominations for the upcoming retrospective event. That is right. I opened them up. So you can now nominate your favorite moments from my 11 years as a content creator over on my forums on thekingofhate.com, okay? I strongly recommend that you do, because this is going to basically make the event great. The more nominations I get, the more stuff we'll have to watch together when the event actually happens. So I certainly hope that you will nominate stuff over there on the forums. Now, the way it works is all you do is you post up stuff that you're interested in having me watch back during that event. Not too complex. I'll be reviewing all those nominations before the event happens. Basically picking out my favorite ones that I feel would be fun for us to watch back during this marathon. When is this marathon happening? February. When exactly? I don't know yet. It'll probably be the second half, late February. It'll give people time to nominate stuff. Plus, right now, we're in the midst of so many playthroughs and everything. Wouldn't make sense to do it now, but it is coming up, okay? So please do so. Please nominate. Now, in addition to that, Ask the King is next week. Ask the King is coming up on Thursday. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. So please post up your questions for Ask the King over on the kingofhate.com forums as well. There's actually going to be some links that are going to be popping into stream chat periodically from time to time here. And those links are going to allow you to go to the forums and do the things that I'm mentioning without much trouble. Okay? So, FYI, if you're wondering, like, man, where the hell are all these links? How do I do this? It's all going to be listed right there, very easily for you to access. It's not going to be a complex, confusing thing. Just be in the stream chat and the links will pop up. Or, if you are impatient, okay, you can actually type exclamation point Ask the King, or you could type exclamation point, what's the other one? Exclamation point, I just did it last night. What the hell was the command that I made? Retrospective, that's what it was. Exclamation point retrospective. You could type those into the stream chat, and that'll bring up the links for you manually, so you can just do it right away. Okay? Good stuff? Again, I love these interactive events. I love that you guys have input in them. In particular, next week is Ask the King. Less than a week for you guys to post up your questions, and keep in mind, the more questions you post up, the better that event is. Okay, so please post up your questions. All right. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I want to cover before we move on to the next section of the pre-stream? Not particularly. I don't think so. Not particularly. I think we covered everything, Okay. So, ladies and gents, let's move on to the next segment of the pre-stream. As you know, it's the Gratuitous Plug segment, so please bear with me. I would like to say thank you for 11 awesome years as a content creator. Thank you very much for everything that you guys have done for me. Thank you for watching my content on a daily basis. Thank you for allowing me to share my gameplay experiences with all of you. It's been a crazy and wild ride. Certainly hasn't been an easy one. There's been lots of ups and downs, lots of bumps in the road. Today I am a full-time streamer here on Twitch. 6 days a week full-time. I'm streaming for all of you. I absolutely love it. I'm one of the few people on this earth that I'm lucky enough to do what I actually love for a living. Gaming is my passion, and the fact that I'm able to do this for a job is amazing, and I'm super duper excited and happy that this is the case. Okay? That being said, I rely on pretty much your crowdfunding support to make ends meet, to allow me to continue to do what I love for a living. All right? So, please today, if you like what I do, if you like the fact that I'm here 6 days a week full time, if you like the fact that I still upload videos over on YouTube on DSPGaming, so that you have an archive of these streams if you can't be here live, despite the fact that I get pretty much nothing out of that, okay? If you like all of those things and you want to see them continue, please consider contributing in one of the methods that I will describe, because these all help me and keep stuff going. However, before we even get to that, I just want to let you guys know up front that I am perfectly happy to have people come by and hang out with me on a daily basis, and that I'm not expecting contributions on the stream. Contributions are not required on my content. Okay? Just saying that up front. I don't want anyone coming in here and saying, oh man, I can't contribute to Phil today, and then feeling like the odd man out, or feeling like, oh man, I'm ungrateful or whatever. That's not the case. I love hanging out with you guys. I made these gameplay videos on YouTube for 2.5 years before I ever monetized anything as a hobby. I would continue to stream in whatever capacity that I could. Certainly would be a decreased capacity, but I would continue to stream even if I couldn't make money doing it. Gaming is my passion as well as my job. Like I said, I'm very lucky that I am able to do this for a living, but this is what I want to do, what I enjoy doing, a lot, and I want to share that with all of you, okay? So, I'm happy just chilling with all of you. Please understand that and know that you shouldn't feel pressured to contribute, especially if you can't. That's not the case here, okay, guys? Thank you. Some people, of course, are repeating now memes of a certain streamer who went viral in the last few days for basically demanding contributions from their audience, and I am not like that. Okay? All right. So, guys, thank you very much for everything. Let's now describe some ways that you can contribute. Number one, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Your monthly contributions to that Patreon earn you personal perks as a way of me saying thank you and giving back. So please consider pledging if you have not. or if you have never given it a look, thank you for even considering giving it a look. And thank you to anyone who is a current pledgee to my Patreon. That is very appreciated. Okay? I have a Teespring store where I sell merchandise, primarily t-shirts, but there are other things there like sweatshirts and stickers and mugs. Good quality stuff I can attest to. I own a bunch of it myself. I wear it on stream every once in a while so you guys can see how good it is, okay? So, give it a look. That's, let's see, teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Also, if you're here live on the stream, chances are you're going to probably want to contribute in a way that maybe will get you some recognition on the stream, right? Makes sense. So, how can you get recognition on the stream? Well, if you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to my channel, or you tip me during the live stream, I will give you a verbal shout out to say thanks, as long as what you're saying is in accordance with all the rules of the stream. Okay? So, pretty awesome to get a nice shout out live during the stream, get some interactivity with me. In addition to that, I have a stream stats leaderboard that goes on the top of the screen that outlines things such as the top cheerer or top tipper of that particular stream. So yet another way for you to get extra recognition for contributions. And in addition to all of that, there's 2 other leaderboards that are automatically run by Twitch. That's the top cheerer of the week, as well as the people who gifted subs for the week, okay? So many ways, many ways to get recognized for contributions here on the streams. In particular, if you want to help me out the most, being very matter-of-fact and honest with all of you, the best way to contribute would be by tipping me. When you tip me, those are funds I get right away. I can put them towards buying a new game. I can put them towards paying a bill, health insurance, buying groceries, paying taxes, whatever the hell it may be. Those funds become immediately available for me to use. Versus if you do other methods of contribution, those are perfectly fine. And I'm certainly not looking a gift horse in the mouth, but those do have a downtime between when I see a positive benefit from them, okay? So please, if you are going to contribute and you have the ability to tip over other things, please consider tipping me because that does help slightly more, all right? So now in particular when it comes to tipping, there's 2 ways you could do it. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button that's live there on my channel that you can just click on. Or you can type !tip into the stream chat. That will actually bring up my PayPal tips page. When you're on the tips page, something to know, you do not need a PayPal account in order to tip me. That is a misconception. Even though it's easier if you have a registered PayPal account, you can either you can use that, or you can tip with a debit or credit card, much like you're paying for anything else on the internet. All right. Now, when you go to the page, you may not see that option. That's because the mobile version of the site usually does not load properly and does not have those options available. If you go to the full desktop version of the site, you should see those options there, say like Visa, MasterCard, etc. Okay? So, thank you very much to anyone considering contributing. And, if you can, please tip. It helps more than anything. Now, one thing I want to say to everyone out there considering contributing to anybody's stream today, please be careful, all right? Sadly, there are people on the internet who are pretty screwed up in the head. They find it funny if they can mess with you and hurt you and find your personal information and expose it to the internet for no real reason. It's not like these people get personal gain out of doing this. It's not like they have something to gain. Instead, they think that it's just funny to mess with you in your life. And you may not realize the amount of information that all of us have out on the internet. Just between things like social media. Think about it. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That's a lot of information usually. Pictures. People might be able to figure out where you work. See what I'm saying? So if you're going to contribute on a live stream to any streamer, I strongly recommend you be very careful with the kind of information you put out on the internet, and you try not to associate that contribution with your name, your real life persona, or any of your online personas that might be readily available with other information attached to it. All right. So for example, if you're going to tip me today, you could tip completely anonymously. Just say anonymous. No one will know it's you. Or you can make up a name completely, and then again, no one will know it's you because it has nothing to do with you or your social media accounts. Okay. So I'm looking out for my viewers here. If you're going to contribute to anybody, please protect yourself. Don't get blindsided by some idiot who just wants to screw with you, and just because they get their jollies off by messing with you. All right. Please be careful. Fair enough? Okay. Very nice, guys. Okay. So all that being said, let's move on, okay? Let's move on to the rules. let's talk a little bit about the rules of my stream. I have to abide by all of the rules and the regulations of Twitch.tv. Okay, I can't just do and say whatever I want on a stream. I do have to, listen to what they require as a streamer. Please understand that. Please know that. Okay. Now, in addition to that, I have my own set of rules that I like to follow on streams. All right. Basically, I want to maintain a certain kind of chill vibe when I live stream here on Twitch. Okay. What does that mean? Well, here, I want you to be able to come by my stream and be like, okay, I'm coming to Phil's stream to hang out, to have a good time, to escape. I want to escape the stress. I want to escape the drama. I want to escape all the crap of real life and just have a good time. Today I'm playing a game, the DK64. I've never played this game before. I know nothing about it. I want you to be able to see my honest reactions to it, see my interactions, maybe interact with me a little bit on the stream, or interact with people in the stream chat. Just, enjoy ourselves. That's the whole point. The last thing we want is, people coming by, oh, wow, Phil's playing this game for the first time. This is interesting. And they go to see what's going on. And next thing you know, you got people talking about politics and religion in the stream chat, and basically just derailing the whole stream into being something that has nothing to do with what we're doing. Okay? Or even worse than that, people being toxic to each other, people arguing, people having issues with each other just because we're not talking about, we're not talking about what's going on in the game. See? So, in general, there's a couple kind of rules of thumb that I have when it comes to streaming. All right, the first is, as I already mentioned, I feel that the topics of politics and religion, they cause too many arguments. People tend to not really be able to see from another person's perspective when they talk about politics and religion. A lot of people just like, if it's my way or the highway, right? And I'm not of that mentality at all. I never have been. Sadly, other people are. And, that's unfortunate, but that's kind of life, And so we got to understand that those topics are off limits. Now, if I'm playing a video game, and that game itself, okay, has something to do with politics or religion, that's a completely and utterly different story. All right? I just want you to know that's completely and utterly different situation. But if I am just in general playing a game, I don't want people derailing the stream talking about Trump being impeached and the Democratic elections and, a million other things. We're not going to do that, okay? It's completely, has nothing whatsoever to do with my content and my streams. So please understand that. And please be respectful of that, okay? Fair enough? Okay, I hope that you agree with me. All right. The other rule is very simple. Very, very simple. Sadly, guys, there's people on the internet who don't like me. What a surprise! Can you believe it? There's people on the internet that don't fucking like me? Perish the thought, right? No, there's lots of people on the internet that don't like me, all right, for various reasons. I'm not going to go into those reasons right now. But what I will say is they like to ride my coattails. They like to get personal benefit, all right, on my behalf for various reasons. They constantly slander me. They constantly attack me. They constantly defame me. And not only me, it would be one thing if it was just me, but also my family. Also, people who have absolutely nothing to do with my content, they attack them too. It's pretty messed up when you really think about it, all right? But that's my reality, okay? We know these people exist. They do it every single day. They don't let up. And there's nothing I can do about it. I can't make them stop. So we ignore it. We don't talk about it. Outside of me briefly mentioning it on the pre-stream here, I don't feel that it's going to be any kind of productive thing to be talking about it, because sadly, it's not going to stop. If I just sat here and addressed every single little accusation, every single ridiculous controversial thing that they say about me, we would never get to positive content. They literally make new stuff up on a daily basis just to have clickbait drama content for their garbage channels on YouTube. So there's no reason to be even bringing it up. Like, some people sadly sometimes innocently will come into the stream and be like, oh, this guy's, doing this to that and saying this. I don't care. Like, what is the point of doing that? All right, what is the point of bringing it up when I know I can't stop it? I know I can't control it. I know that it's out of my realm of power to do anything about it. They're going to keep continuing doing their toxic shit. They've only been doing it since, I would say it started around 2012 with This Is How You Don't Play, and it continued and evolved into not only just, oh, Phil sucks at games, but Phil's a horrible person, and Phil's a scammer and a liar, and every possible nasty thing that you could say about me, they've said, all right? So, been there, done that. There's no reason to waste time talking about that crap, okay? I'd rather just have a fun, positive stream. That's the point. That's why it's absolutely against the rules to bring that crap up. Please understand that and know why. Okay? Good stuff? All right. Thank you. Now, let's go ahead and head on to the third and final segment of my pre-stream. What is this segment? Well, it is I almost said the gratuitous plugs. It is the shout-outs. It's the segment where we say thank you to everyone who's contributed so far to today's stream. We start up some fun conversation and get some stuff, topics of discussion out of the way before we get into the actual gameplay of the stream. Okay? Alrighty. Okay, let's start off with B-Boy Cyclone, who resubscribed to the channel for 37 months. Thank you very, very much, B-Boy Cyclone. That is much appreciated. 37 months, over 3 years of support on the streams here. Absolutely outstanding. Thank you so much for that. And good to see you on today's stream here. Okay. The first tip of the day, $1.30 from Anonymous. So first of all, thank you to the Anonymous tipper, and thank you for actually tipping $1.30, which covers the processing fees on Twitch. I appreciate that. Oh, so by the way, I completely forgot about this. I have an update in regards to something that someone talked about on a stream yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? We'll talk about this after I answer what this Anonymous tipper said. Okay, let's do that first. Then I have a little bit of discussion here of something that I found out. Okay, so an Anonymous tipper says, Donkey Kong 64 hype. Do you plan on 100%ing the game just to complete? Either way, it's a super fun game. More than likely, I'm going to complete it. I don't know if I'm going to be going crazy completionist run. Like I said, I don't know enough about the game to even be making those kind of calls or judgments, okay? Hold on one second, guys. I got to close my shade. The sun just came out. Super bright. Ah. Can't see. Ah. There we go. That's annoying. Super annoying. Yeah, during the early pre-stream, it was raining, okay? Within 10 minutes, the rain stopped, and now it's insanely brightly sun outside, blaring in my face to the point where I can't even see, so I had to close my shade. Okay. So anyway, getting back on topic here. I don't know much about Donkey Kong 64 at all. I've never played it before, so I don't know what kind of a game it is. If it's like Donkey Kong Country, those games were super hard to 100%, and I did not 100% them. I tried my best in some cases, but I get the feeling no. I'm probably just going to be playing through it once, enjoying it, doing what I need to progress in the game. I certainly don't think there's going to be people who want me to do entire streams of me just trying to do collection items and stuff. You know what I mean? I know it's probably... Every game from this era is very difficult to 100%. Okay? None of them are easy. So, more than likely, I'm just going to play it at face value. We'll see how I like it. Go from there. Now, maybe there'll be an exception. Maybe I'll be playing, I'll be like, damn, I really like this game, and I want 100%. That's different. But I'm certainly not going to commit to that when I've never played it. I don't know much about it. You know what I mean? So, there you go. Okay, I'm not committing to it. Now, what I want to talk about a little bit, guys, before we continue on with the shout-outs here. So, a couple days ago, I brought up the fact that when you tip me on PayPal, PayPal takes a flat rate. I think it's like 30 cents or more per tip, something like that. And so what I was explaining to some viewers was, if you're going to tip me, and you tip me, say, $10 in one tip versus 10 $1 tips, if you tip me $10 in one tip, I'll get like $9.50 after the processing fees. If you tip me 10 $1 tips, I'll get like $6. You see the difference? So when I was saying this to my audience, someone was like, oh, well, Phil, I don't understand. Why don't you use the special tipping process for streamers? All the streamers use this. It's a way that you save money, because streamers get special priority with PayPal when you're streaming. They don't want you to have all those processing fees, so they cut those out. There's a special way to do it. And I was like, I've never heard of this, ever. I've never heard a single other streamer mention this. I'm not aware it exists. So if you have any idea about this thing, send it my way. I'd be more than happy to take a look at it. If there really is a way to do this, that these processing fees are not an issue, I mean, why wouldn't I, right? It would be more benefit to me, more benefit to the viewers, because less money's going to PayPal or whatever. Let's look into it. So, yesterday, someone sent me a link to an article from February 2019, some random blogger on the internet, don't know who the hell it was, saying, oh yeah, there's this process on PayPal that you could do this. What you got to do is you create a new PayPal account that's considered a business type account. You call PayPal at the number here listed. You talk to them and say that you're a streamer and you want to link this account to that account and explain that it's a special account. And then they'll put you on this special light fee plan where I believe it's only like, they were basically saying like that 30-cent fee would be completely eliminated. That you pay more of a flat rate per tip. I think it's like 5% they keep, but they don't do the 30-cent processing fee per tip or something like that. And so for people like me who get a lot of dollar tips, this would benefit, and overall you'd be getting a lot more income from it. Okay? Great. I'm like, this is interesting that this exists. So, of course, I'm a little skeptical because I'm like, this is a blog post from February 2019. How is it that no one's ever heard of it and no one talks about it? So I go into the comments of the blog post, and the comments say, yeah, this blogger's an idiot. I called PayPal and I talked to them about it, and they said this program doesn't even exist. This is a program that literally only was made for large corporations who bring in millions of dollars of transactions, to the point where it would actually have a massive positive benefit for PayPal to be doing the larger flat rate cut versus the individual transactional fee. And they're not doing it for individuals. Another guy says, yeah, I called in and they told me that this program never even existed, and this guy doesn't know what he's talking about on the blog post. So obviously this isn't available for everyone, and this guy's just trying to get some kind of like internet clicks, thinking that this exists, and it doesn't. Those were the two comments on the blog post. That's all that was on it. So I'm like, oh yeah. See what I mean? People talk about this shit, and no one actually puts like 5 seconds of research into it. They just believe what they're told because they're gullible. And then immediately they think, oh, this is commonplace. Phil is using this process to make tons of money. Or if he's not, he's a complete idiot. It doesn't even, the process doesn't exist. The process never existed. This is a guy who basically didn't do his research, made an uneducated blog post about it, and he's completely wrong. You know, or maybe this guy had connections inside of PayPal and someone cut him a break. But for me, no one's going to cut me a break, right? So it's hilarious. I read that. I'm like, so it doesn't exist. I knew it, you know. Basically, what everything I said was you know, for a standard streamer's right. No, you know, I guess maybe if you're a streamer that's bringing millions of dollars of tips, maybe they would consider it. But no one's going to do that for an average dude, right? Why are they going to take less of a cut, right? Why are they going to take less of a cut for no reason? That doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, I just decided today to make less money just because I can. What the frick? Because I'm a nice guy, you know, we're going to change our business practice. Yeah, right. So, truth of the matter is, the whole microtransaction thing doesn't exist. Please don't tell streamers to do it, because it's complete misconception. It's kind of messed up that you would tell a streamer they're doing it wrong, and then they would go to research it and find out, you know, in my opinion, pretty silly, okay? All right, guys. Let's continue. Let's move on. The next contribution is from Sundance McGee69, who subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, Sundance McGee, for the subscription. I appreciate that very much. Carried Diamond tipped me $1, and then referenced the detractor. What a surprise, considering that the name is apparently a detractor meme, not of me, but of another streamer. So not surprising to hear that, you know, they're referencing detractor shit. But, you know, it is what it is. So, thank you for the $1 tip. But no, I'm not reading your detractor message. Ragamuffin tipped me $1. Thank you very much to Ragamuffin for the $1 tip. So that's a couple more dollars in tips right now. Let's add those now before I forget. Okay. Okay, continuing on here. PW Dubs tipped me $1.30. What's up, PW Dubs? Good to see ya. He says, why don't you just raise the minimum to $1.30 so you won't have to worry about fees? I told you, PW Dubs. I actually answered this last night on my late night stream, but I don't want people to feel like now there's like barriers to contributing on my streams, okay? There was once ever that I did raise the amount that it took to contribute, and that was only via cheering. The reason I did that was because when I first came back to Twitch in early 27, or excuse me, in late 2016, and then when I became a full-time streamer in early 2017, I just had it on default or whatever. Okay, whatever the default amounts were for contributions. And what ended up happening was we had people coming in spamming the living shit out of the stream chat with like 10-bit cheers. And so they were doing ridiculous amounts of cheers. They were insulting cheers. They were just things to derail the stream. It was very intrusive to the streams. So at that point, I raised the thresholds for cheering. I have not changed that in like 2.5 to 3 years. Like, the thresholds we have are good. They work. And there's no reason for me to go crazy constantly changing thresholds of contribution levels and stuff like that. Now, in particular, you're absolutely right, PW Dubs. I could make it, oh, you can only tip $1.30 or more. But I think that's stupid. First of all, people like nice round numbers. And I don't think that people who maybe are only going to tip maybe every once in a while, or you want to just come in, hey, I want to contribute to Phil, but I can't give a lot. I don't want them to feel like there's a barrier to their contribution. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would feel like maybe people would feel that there's a barrier to contributing if they have to tip more than $1. And $1, like I said, is a good round amount. I wouldn't want to do that to everyone. It's one thing for someone like, for example, PW Dubs. He's a frequent viewer. He contributes a lot. I appreciate his support. And for him, he's like, man, just raise it then, because then we're doing $1 and PayPal's making so much money, right? I understand his perspective, but not everyone's from that perspective. Maybe someone just wants to come by a random stream and do $1 tip and doesn't want to be, you know, oh man, I have to do $1.30, right? So I'm not going to raise it. That's silly. Listen, I appreciate those who want to help me more and want to go out of their way to do so. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. But no, I'm not going to go crazy here and start raising thresholds for contributions and crap like that. You know, I'm just going to do what I've been doing all along. Okay? Okay. Thank you, PW Dubs. It's another $1 tip, by the way. Let me get you up on the... Well, add that to the leaderboard, I guess I should say. Okay. Eternal Napalm did a 400-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Eternal Napalm. The first cheer of the day, and nice big cheer. He said, have you ever considered doing reaction videos to TV shows? With your great commentary, it would be interesting to see your reactions. With a video mashup, Stranger Things Season 4 and The Witcher, for example. No, it's not what I do. Even though people have dabbled in that over the years and said, oh man, I'd like to maybe see Phil do something different like that. It's not what I do. Okay? And it would be too much of a risk when it comes to copyright stuff and everything. The last thing I would want to do is take a stupid risk putting out copywritten content and trying to do commentary over it and everything. I like to stream games. That's what I'm known for. That's what I do. I play games. Okay? So I stick to what I'm good at. If other people want to do commentary over shows and take that risk with copyright and everything, let them. I'm not doing that. I'd rather just play games and have fun with games. That's what I'm known for. That's my hobby. That's what I want to do. Okay? Thank you for the cheer. Snake Eater. Did a 95-bit cheers. I hope you're having a great day. Stay positive. Any updates on things behind the scenes? No updates. No updates on anything. If and when I feel that it is appropriate for me to be giving you guys updates, I will let you know. For now, there's no updates on anything. Okay? Snorlax tipped me $1.30. Thank you, Snorlax. He says, wondering if you think being a smart wrestling fan ruins the enjoyment of being a fan. For instance, Keith Lee winning the North American title means he won't go over in the Rumble, or someone doesn't move outside the ring being injured in a storyline. So, basically, Snorlax, all right? Snorlax is talking about being a smark, okay? I used to have a show called Smark Guys, which is a wrestling commentary show. What is a smark? A smark is a smart mark. What is a smart mark? Well, it means an intelligent person who's informed about the behind-the-scenes doings of the industry, and someone who likes to mark out or basically get hyped for or be positive about certain things in the industry that they find interesting. So a smark is someone who basically knows how wrestling works from behind the scenes and isn't just watching the product from kind of a more ignorant standpoint and knows about the inner workings. So, for example, perfect example here, Snorlax is right. He says, so Keith Lee is an up-and-coming wrestler in the developmental show NXT that WWE has, okay? He just won a title, the North American title. He won it this week. There's the Royal Rumble event this coming Sunday. This is an event where it's a 30-man over-the-top battle royal, and you have to throw your opponent over the top rope to eliminate them. The person who wins this match gets a title shot at WrestleMania, which is essentially the Super Bowl or the World Series or the World Cup of pro wrestling. Okay, it's like the grandest stage of them all, they call it. And if you get the top match on there, you're making millions of dollars. You're basically making tons of money. Okay, we know that someone who's holding a minor title in WWE never wins the Royal Rumble. It's never happened before. Someone who's holding a lesser title does not win the Royal Rumble. So we know Keith Lee, because he won the North American Championship this week, even if he gets entered into the Royal Rumble, is not going to win the Royal Rumble. Okay, it's kind of a spoiler. All right. So that's kind of how it goes. So what Snorlax is asking is, if you're intelligent to the stuff that goes on behind the scenes in wrestling, does that make it more entertaining or less entertaining? Because if you kind of know that stuff, then it's not as exciting, right? It's not as exciting than if you don't know. So I'm going to be honest with all of you. I've been on both sides of the fence. I've known exactly what's going on in wrestling, and there's been times that I've been kind of ignorant. Right now, I'm kind of in the middle of the road. Reason being, obviously I've been a wrestling fan for so long that I know that there's stuff that happens. I know what's going on kind of behind the scenes with all this stuff. So it's easy for me to figure stuff out with that. Okay, Keith Lee won the title. He's not winning the Royal Rumble, right? At the same time, I don't really follow all of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm not as much of a follower of pro wrestling as I used to be. Like I told you guys, I used to have a pro wrestling commentary show called Smart Guys. I had to watch every single show of wrestling so I could talk about it and recap it on the show and everything. It was incredibly tedious and arduous. It was a lot of work, and a lot of the times I just don't want to watch every single wrestling show. All right? So now I'm a casual fan. I don't watch every wrestling show. In fact, I couldn't even tell you. It's probably been 3 weeks since I watched an episode of Raw or SmackDown. I watch casually. I on the internet. I'll read a recap of a show that I didn't have a chance to watch, rather than worry about actually watching the whole show. Okay, that's kind of how I approach it now. Honestly, I enjoy pro wrestling. Excuse me. I'm enjoying pro wrestling more now than I think I did for a while, because when you're in every single aspect and every facet of every show, and you must know every piece of behind-the-scenes data going on, it becomes more tedious and more work, and you don't get a lot of surprises. You'll already know, okay, so they already kind of said this is going to be the main event of WrestleMania. We kind of know what's going to happen. I don't like that. I like, some people, who do you think's going to win the Royal Rumble, Phil? I have no idea. I don't care. I'd rather just watch it and be shocked at whoever they pick, and that's it. I want to kind of be willingly ignorant of the stuff going on behind the scenes so I can have more fun watching the product. If I over educate myself on everything going on, then I can't enjoy it as much. It's kind of the same thing with video games. So today I'm playing DK64. I don't know anything about this game. The only Donkey Kong games I played previously were Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 last year, and that's it. I don't know if this game is a 2D platformer, a 3D platformer, a collection game, a fighting game, a puzzle game. I have no idea what I'm playing. That's cool, because when I play it, I'll actually get like, wow, honest reaction to what I'm seeing for the first time. Versus I could have looked this game up and saw videos of it and saw stuff in the game and already saw reviews of it and opinions of it, and I would have been completely kind of spoiled on what's going on. And then it's not as fun, in my opinion. Some people disagree. Some people are like, man, you need to do research and blah, blah, blah. I don't like that. I like it being kind of honest, and, that's how I am. So I would definitely say not completely surrounding yourself in information about a subject matter before going into it may be a better situation than doing so in a lot of cases, okay? So, Snorlax, there's definitely positive and negatives. Hey, if you want to be a huge fan of wrestling, you want to know every single in and out and facet of what's going on behind the scenes, that's cool. And I'm certainly okay with that. I was there for a big chunk of my life. But at this point in my life, I'd rather just be relaxed, more laid back, more of a casual fan of wrestling. And I'm enjoying that, too. Not having to watch every show, not having to be in the know on every single thing going on, actually makes it a lot more enjoyable for me. Okay? Okay, Junior Mint 007 did a 100-bit cheer. He says, it's me, your BFF. Can you please make a roach emo? Thanks, bud. No, I cannot, but thank you for the cheer. Honest Fan cheered. He said, I make cash via a side hustle online via PayPal. I've never been charged a fee. There's only a fee if you withdraw ASAP and not wait a day. That's completely wrong, Honest Fan. That's 100% wrong. Maybe you're in a country that's different from America, you know, the United States. In the United States, when you receive any money via PayPal, there is always a transaction fee. Always. There is no situation where it's completely and utterly free, unless you have certain criteria set up. Okay? So, that's not true at all. If you are in a situation where you're not paying fees and you're in the United States, you're actually kind of violating their policy. You might want to be careful what you say online, because then the people might they might get wise to it. Okay? There you go. $1.30 tip me $1 saying, I educated you 2 days ago. You called me an idiot. You could have researched and figured out how to diminish your processing fees on PayPal. I just talked about this. You were wrong. I literally just addressed this on stream and said you're referencing a blog post that's completely incorrect. You have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So thanks for sharing your complete nonsensical knowledge and talking straight out of your rectum. A big stinky sphincter education is no education at all, my friend. All right. Explosive diarrhea. To me, $1.50. He actually thinks I'm going to put explosive diarrhea on the leaderboard. I'm not. Okay? And he says, if you don't mind me asking, why didn't no one buy your condo in Connecticut? It seems like it was a good shape and the price is pretty good. The East Coast is in a recession. It seems strange to think a lot of people would buy it in a heartbeat. Explosive diarrhea, that was not the case. The situation that I have, the condo in Connecticut, was that I owed a certain amount on the mortgage. A ton, okay? I bought that condo in 2009 when the housing market in Connecticut was actually at a high, and then within 10 years, the housing market actually completely tanked, okay? So that home at one point was valued over 100 grand, and now it's probably worth about 60 grand, okay? If I'd sold the house, there would be a deficit of $40,000. Where am I going to get $40,000 to pay off the mortgage? I couldn't. Okay? Not possible. I could have done what was called a short sale. That means you try to convince the mortgage company to take a much lesser payment on what they're owed on a mortgage because you found a buyer who's ready to pay right now. They would not accept that. I tried basically every avenue when it came to this, and basically I was shot down every possibility, any way that I could have worked with this mortgage company to get out of the situation I was in, and they declined every single one, saying, oh no, you don't qualify for that. In this case, they basically said, that condo in Connecticut is not your primary residence. If it was, they would consider it, but because it's not, they don't even consider it. No, you don't qualify for what's called a short sale. Okay? So, pretty fucked up. Huh? Yeah, it is pretty fucked up. That's the situation that I was in. So, there's your answer. Now, explosive diarrhea, I thank you for the tip. There's no chance in hell I'm putting explosive diarrhea up on my leaderboard. So, I'm just going to say ED. Thank you, ED. Or I guess we can call you Ed for the $1.50 tip. That's the lovely part about streaming, is you completely and utterly control your own content. And if someone wants to be gross, you don't have to fucking cater to them. Okay, Good Game Goblin tipped me $1.31. I think he was trying to be top tipper, but sadly explosive diarrhea trumped him. And he says, what's up? Hype for N64 games, and seeing you play a game that's new and not one you did years ago. Don't forget the DK rap. Again, everyone's saying this DK rap. I don't know what it is. I guess there's a DK rap in the game. I don't know it. So thank you very much, Good Game Goblin. Jack Spartacus tipped me $1. Thank you very much, Jack Spartacus, for the $1 tip. I appreciate that. Let's add that to the total tips for the day. It's good to see you, by the way. Hopefully you're doing well. And then, I am smarter than you tipped me $1 saying that the pre-stream is the definition of insanity. Why? Because you do the same. I'm doing the same thing every day, expecting a different result. What different result? I'm not expecting a different result. I do the pre-stream every day because I feel that it's informative, it's fun, it's a good way to start up and get conversation going before we actually jump into gameplay. And it allows me to get conversation out of the way. So when I focus on a new game like I'm playing today, the first half an hour to hour of the gameplay isn't people asking me questions about unrelated shit. Okay? So there you go. So, you are not smarter than me. However, I definitely think that I know what I'm doing and you don't. Which is why I'm a full-time streamer and you're someone criticizing a full-time streamer. That's how it goes. All right. Let's go ahead and let's go to the leaderboards here. Let's say thank you to the top cheers of the week so far, shall we? So first of all, thank you to anyone who contributed via cheering this week, but thanks in particular to the top 10 cheerers so far. In 10th place, we've got Vincent. In 9th place, Spartan King. 8th place goes to Delancius. 7th place, Third Eye the Third. 6th place, Mr. Papavera. 5th place, Sambuca. 4th place, Junior Mint 007. 3rd place, Shadow the Hedgehog. 2nd place, Snake Eater. And in 1st place so far this week, Cholo Veterano, who cheered a lot last night. Thank you, Cholo, for all those contributions last night. Now we move on to people who gifted subscriptions. Okay? All the following people gifted a single subscription. Bad Shark 90, Beast Black Republican 69, D Train 12, Yeah 4335, and Jack Spartacus. Also, shout out to the person who gifted the most subs this week. Boxing Elephant gifted 4 subscriptions. Okay? All right, guys. So here's the deal. We got through all the contributions. I think we've answered all the questions. Unless anyone has a last minute thing to throw out here, I think. Yeah, Stat Anonymous, I know your gift subs never count. I think what it is moderators don't count. I don't know why. That sounds really stupid. But I know moderators, for some reason, don't seem to be counting. Even when they gift subs and stuff, they never show up on the leaderboard. That's really weird, right? No, I'm not worried about catching the coronavirus. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Okay. Shao Kahn Artist, what's going on, man? He just tipped me $5 to become the top tipper of the day. He says, Donkey Kong 64 hype. I've been wanting you to check this out since you played Donkey Kong Country. So did everyone, it seems. When I was playing Donkey Kong Country, a lot of people were bringing up Donkey Kong 64. And saying they really wanted me to play it. So I'm going to play it. Right? I'm going to play it, and we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. Okay, thank you, Shao Kahn Artist, for the $5 tip. I appreciate that. That goes right up there. You're the top tipper on the leaderboard there. Okay. So now it seems like we've gotten through all the contributions, guys. What we're going to do is take a brief break. I'm going to use the restroom. All right. And I'm going to use the restroom. And then we're going to get started. All right. I don't know what to expect. This is from Rare. Rare is the same company that made Banjo-Kazooie. They also made Conker's Bad Fur Day. So I really don't know what exactly to expect. We're going to have to find out today. All right, as I play it for the first time. Will I like it? Will I hate it? Will it be something that I want to do a full completionist run of? Or will it be something that's not so great? I don't know. Oh, by the way, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to turn on the Wii U, because the Wii U has that really unique and weird dashboard music stuff that plays. So I'll turn that on now, because I'm going to take a few minutes break to use the restroom. And when I come back, we'll start. But that way you guys have some weird atmospheric stuff to listen to. Hold on a second. I always thought this was so bizarre. Here we go, booting it up. I never understood the Wii U as a console. I never did. Oh, man. Oh. Vincent says I should play GoldenEye 64. I think, wasn't there a remastered version or a remake of GoldenEye 64? And didn't I play it? It might have been quite a long time ago, like when I first started on YouTube. But I swear I played a game that was supposed to be like GoldenEye 64. I swear I did, but I can't remember. Purio Niku says, I just want to say I love how you're getting another one done that will be archived in history with all your other playthroughs. Awesome to go back like a time capsule and see different games. I agree with you. I, again, never played a lot of the games from the classics era. A lot of people consider like the PS1, PS2, N64, GameCube era as like the classics era of games. And I, at this point in my life, was very heavily into competitive Street Fighter, and that's it. I wasn't really playing anything else. So for me, this is like an education. I'm going to play one of the games that people held up in such great regard over the years as a game that's a classic from their childhood and that Phil should eventually play, and I never played it, right? Hell, when you think about it, just last year I played Super Mario 64 for the first time on stream, which was pretty nuts. That was the first time I did that, right? So we'll see what happens here. Excuse me. I just got a $5.01 tip from The Donald. So The Donald has become the top tipper of the day. Let's get The Donald up on the leaderboard here. The Donald. Thank you to the Donald. The Donald says the following. Hold on. Shit. The Donald says the following. I sent you the game Hold Fast Nations at War. Would you play it on stream? I think he's saying if he sent it. If he bought and sent that to me, would I play it? I don't know what the hell that game is. Never heard of it. No one's ever asked me to do it. So the answer is probably no. And I would say this up front too. I don't really talk about this much. Please, guys, don't just send me stuff. Some people do. I used to get random games gifted to me on Steam. I used to have things showing up in the mail all the time. Please don't do that. In reality, it makes more sense to check with me first. If you're ever interested in sending me something that maybe I could play, email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com and we'll have a little dialogue and we'll talk about it. If it's something that it's looking like it could help me out or it's something that we could do as a fun project on stream, then we can talk about it and I'll tell you if I accept or not. Please just don't send me stuff. And in reality, the best way to help is either by tipping me during a stream, because I could use those funds to buy games for the streams, or you actually I have an Amazon wish list. I know I don't mention it very often, but I do have an Amazon wish list where you can buy me credits on places like PlayStation Network, the Xbox Live Marketplace, or the Nintendo Shop, and get me credits for those so that I can buy games with them, right? So in particular, no, I never heard of this game, but if you want to tell me about it and we can talk about it a little bit, or I could research it, then I consider it. But no, please, by all means, do not just send me a game without checking with me first, because that would not work out, okay? Good Game Goblin says, oh, I already sent you the entire NES library. Oh, great. He said it cost him $15,000 to ship. There you go. All right, guys. So that's the deal. Thank you again, everyone, for your contributions. Very brief break here. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, you can hear it now, the weird Wii U menu. It's so weird, the noises this thing makes. Okay, let's take a quick break. We're going to use the restroom. I'll be right back, and then we're going to start up here with Donkey Kong 64. First time ever exposed to the game. Don't know anything about it. Thank you very much, guys, for your contributions. I'll be back shortly. Thanks, and see you in a bit. All right. Okay, guys, I'm back. You guys ready? See what this game's all about. I have no idea. So, a few things that I already mentioned on pre-stream, but I'll mention them again as I start recording. I'm going to show you what controller I'm using for this playthrough. I'm going to talk about the version of the game I'm playing, so there's no misconceptions, so everyone understands what's going on here. And I've never played this game before. I actually know nothing about it at all. So, okay? Shout out to Honest Fan who cheers says, why aren't you afraid of the coronavirus? It's been reported in your area. What exactly would being afraid of something do? Think about this. Afraid. I'm afraid of the coronavirus. What would that do? Nothing. It's not going to stop me from getting it. There's nothing I can do to take extra precautions against it. I'm home almost all day, every day, streaming, right? Once a week I go out. What exactly can I do? My wife has a job where she has to go out every day. She has way more interaction with people than I do. You know, she takes vitamin C supplements. She does stuff so she doesn't get sick. What else do you expect us to do? Go out and wear masks and have a hazmat suit? Maybe I should stream in a hazmat suit every day. What do you guys think? Would that be safe from the coronavirus? And it's pretty stupid. It's basically, it's a lot of hoopla over something that you can't really help. You know, so it is what it is. A lot of people get all worked up about this shit. I'm not gonna get worked up about it, okay? Alright. What is this? Well, implosive diarrhea, thanks for a $1.49 tip. I have no idea what you just said at all, but thank you very much for the $1 tip regardless. Thanks. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, guys. It's time to start. Ooh. Oh yeah, Dorbat is recommending a cute indie game called Bug Fables. He says, if you like Paper Mario games, you'll get a kick out of this game. Good dialogue and humor. Okay, thanks for the suggestion. Alright, guys, we ready? Alright, let's get started. Oops, I started.